Hello, happy people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at The Last Battle by C.S. Lewis. This is the final book, both publication and chronologically, in the Chronicles of Narnia series. It was published in 1956, in the mid-50s. There are 7 books in the Chronicles of Narnia series. And so there's a lot of fun stuff that's happening in this novel. And I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10. Again, like the previous book, The Magician's Nephew, this one is better written than some of the other earlier ones. His writing still is definitely improving over time, but there's a lot more description than plot at times. The Magician's Nephew features the beginning, the genesis, if you will, of Narnia, and the plain around it. And here we see the death of Narnia and playing around and then finding out some interesting things about the actual properties of Narnia, what Narnia actually is, and that sort of thing at the end of the novel. Now, I don't want to do any spoilers, and it's hard to review the first chapter or two of the final book in the series without spoiling the series. So that's harder to do. So I'm sorry about that. But I will do so. But basically, what's going to wind up happening, although that's a little bit easier on this series because this series is not that is much more episodic. The books are than just one big giant serial, right? Where one book is taking place after, like immediately following the previous book with the same characters. It might introduce a character or two here and there, but that's it. So in this book, basically, we're going to start off, and we're going to be introduced to a talking ape and a talking donkey that are really good friends, and they live at Colored Lake, which is which is constantly bubbling because of a waterfall that's flowing. And they're going to be running around, having fun, having adventures. And then there's going to be an object that's going to be in Cauldron Lake that the ape convinces the donkey to go into the water and grab and bring back out. Definitely, he's the dominant one in the relationship. He keeps saying, "You're the stupid one. You gotta listen to me." When the donkey tries to disagree, he's like, "Hey, look. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. I'm the clever one, and you're not. So you just have to listen to me and trust me," and that sort of a thing. And then they find a lion skin is what they find there. So he puts together a lion skin coat that looks very similar to a lion skin. And the donkey wears it. And then pretends that he is Aslan. He's going to give orders as if he's Aslan, which he thinks is wrong at first, but then he just, agrees because, his friend the talking ape is like, "Hey, look, Aslan wants you to do this, and you got to be clever. I'm the clever one, so you just tell them that you're Aslan, and that's it." So he sets up as a false prophet. I'm telling the local people of Narnia that he is Aslan that's been returned, who hasn't been seen in hundreds of years. That he has returned, and so the rumor starts, and he starts to get served, and that sort of thing. And darkness begins to enter Narnia from the false prophet, the talking ape, and his friend, the talking donkey. And then what's going to wind up happening very, very early on, like maybe 3 or 4 chapters into the novel, is that you're going to see that Narnia is beginning to go up against itself. And so the last battle isn't going to be this great giant battle against the enemies of another nation or something like that, but it's going to be more of an internal battle. And I like that. I like that that C.S. Lewis went more for an internal battle between sides rather than an external battle between yourself and the classic Narnians and the big giant big bads or something like that. So I do like that. Much like The Magician's Nephew, which was the 6th published novel, felt like, C.S. Lewis's take on Genesis, with some exceptions. This one feels more like C.S. Lewis's take on Revelation, with some exceptions. Maybe like Daniel or something like that. But basically, the key idea here is that what's winding up happening is that we're going to have the destruction of Narnia proper. Not just the country, but the entire planet, it seems, that's based upon. So that's definitely something that's interesting that happens. And it happens in a very Revelation way. For example, there is a horn that gets called out that feels similar to the 7 horns of Revelation that are called out and have different effects when they do, which is pretty cool. That sort of thing happens a lot. It's pretty common. Excuse me. And that sort of thing happens. So again, a lot of stuff ends up happening, and I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 in a Revelation sense. Aslan has been a very Christ-like character, or God-like character in A Magician's Nephew, where he's more the God the Creator. Here, again, he's more like God the Judger on Judgment Day, who will judge people rather than Christ. So again, he has more of a God the Father role than God the Son role, but that's fine. It's definitely pretty cool. And that's it. Have you read The Last Battle? What did you think? Did you agree or disagree with my take? Did you want to talk about some of the spoilers or what happened in a greater degree? I would love to talk with you further about it in the comments below. If that's the case, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow in fantasy, like this one, science fiction, and horror. And then thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it. You were all, so busy these days and pulled in so many different directions. So the fact you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an awesome day.